woke up this morning to the sun upon my face, and the world was not a scary or dark and lonely place. And I turned and saw you sleeping with a soft and easy grace, and I knew my tired old worried heart had found its rightful space. Last night I showed you all my ghosts, I showed you all my fears, and I was ready for the lonely and the disappointed tears. But there are no more shadows, just the warm and morning light. There are no more shadows, everything is finally right. You didn't run away from me, you didn't even blink. You gave my thirsty, dying soul a long and cooling drink. The past is in its place now, a story that's been told, and our future is a brand new page of silver and of gold. We made a pot of coffee and we didn't say a word, the truest, best conversation that I've ever heard. The quiet in the kitchen was a comfortable old friend, the start of a new story, not the whisper of an end. And for the first time in forever, I felt simple and at ease, just a man who's finally listening to a sweet and gentle breeze. 'Cause there are no more shadows, just the warm and morning light. There are no more shadows, everything is finally right. You didn't run away from me, you didn't even blink. You gave my thirsty, dying soul a long and cooling drink. They say the truth will set you free, and now I know it's true. The truth of my own broken heart led me right back to you, and the truth of your own loving heart was brave enough to stay and chase the long, dark shadows of my past so far away. A bright, soaring, and joyfully liberated harmonica solo that feels like the sun breaking through the clouds. No more shadows, just the warm and morning light. No more shadows, everything is finally right. The past is in its place, a story to be told, and our future is a brand new page of silver and of gold.
The sun is up but feeling weak, the frost is on the ground. A peaceful, easy quiet is the only thing around. I'm sitting with my coffee, just watching the steam rise, reflected in the window and my own tired eyes. The world is holding its breath now, it's a cold and fragile thing, waiting for the lessons that a coming winter brings. And then I hear that echo on the hill, a buzzing angry motor that the morning air can't still. I know that sound, it's my old friend just a half a mile away, getting his own wood cut for a cold and winter's day. It's the sound of a good neighbor, it's the sound of an honest man, living by a simple and a self-reliant plan. I know his hands are cold right now, I know his back is sore, I know he's thinking of his family and what he's working for. And hearing him just gets me up, it makes me want to start to play my own and humble and my own and honest part. We're partners in this season, though we're working all alone. From the seeds of our own labor, a different crop is grown. 'Cause I can hear that echo on the hill, a buzzing angry motor that the morning air can't still. I know that sound, it's my old friend just a half a mile away, getting his own wood cut for a cold and winter's day. It's the sound of a good neighbor, it's the sound of an honest man, living by a simple and a self-reliant plan. In the city, that's a rude noise that would make you curse and shout, but out here it's a comfort, there is no single doubt. It's the sound of life continuing, of a promise to endure, a simple and a beautiful and a long and lasting cure. A rhythmic, buzzing and powerfully purposed harmonica solo that feels like a good day's hard work. That echo on the my old friend a half a mile away, on a cold and winter's day, an honest man, a self-reliant plan. The sun has gone to bed now, but its heat is still in here. A heavy, warm and silent and a long and sticky tear. The windows are all open wide to catch a hopeful breeze, but the only thing that's moving are the tired and sleeping trees. The crickets have a lot to say, the frogs are in a choir, but there's another softer sound that my own heart desires. And it's the ceiling fan's soft word, a whisper and a sigh, a steady metal lullaby beneath the summer sky. The ceiling fan's soft word, it's a quiet turning friend, a promise that the longest, hottest night will have to end. It doesn't make the world all cool, but it helps a man to sleep with the secrets that the darkness and the quiet promise keep. I remember as a little boy lying in my bed,
watching shadows from the fan blades dance around my head. It was a slow and wobbly airplane, it was a hypnotizing wheel, and the gentle sound it made was the safest thing to feel. It's been a witness to my dreams, a witness to my fears, the same old steady rhythm through the long and passing years. 'Cause it's a ceiling fan's soft whir, a whisper and a sigh, a steady metal lullaby beneath the summer sky. The ceiling fan's soft whir, it's a quiet turning friend, a promise that the longest, hottest night will have to end. It doesn't make the world all cool, but it helps a man to sleep with the secrets that the darkness and the quiet promise keep. The world is full of complicated sounds of storm and stress, but the heart, it finds its comfort in a quiet tenderness. And this simple, humble music, so steady and so low, is the only kind of company a tired soul needs to know. A gentle, hypnotic, and circular harmonica solo that mimics the steady, quiet whirring of a ceiling fan. The ceiling fan's soft whir, a whisper and a sigh, a steady metal lullaby beneath the summer sky. A quiet turning friend, the long hot night will end. Fire's burning low now, the house is warm and still, just the sound of my own beating heart against my own free will. I'm looking at you reading in the soft and yellow light, and I've never in my whole life seen a more imperfect sight. And I've been holding on to this for a week or maybe two, the one and only question that I need to ask of you. I'm not asking for a storybook or a wild and crazy ride. I'm just asking for an easy kind of forever side by side. I'm not asking for a promise that you'll never feel no pain, just that you will let me be your shelter from the rain. This ain't no breathless question from a young and foolish start. It's just the simple, honest asking from a healed and hopeful heart. Not two kids now, we've got our share of scars. We're not wishing on the faded and the long-forgotten stars. We're just two weary travelers who've been out there in the cold, and we've finally found a story that will never get too old. And I don't need a loud yes or a tearful grand display. I can see the answer in your eyes at the closing of the day. 'Cause I'm not asking for a storybook or a wild and crazy ride. I'm just asking for an easy kind of forever side by side. I'm not asking for a promise that you'll never feel no pain, just that you will let me be your shelter from the rain. So what do you say, my darling? Shall we make this thing all real and seal it with a quiet vow, the way we truly feel? No more looking backwards, no more need to be alone. Let's build ourselves the finest and the truest loving home. A calm, deeply sincere and beautifully romantic harmonica solo that's full of a peaceful, certain love. An easy kind of forever, side by side. A shelter from the rain. And no more foolish pain from a healed and hopeful heart. A brand new hopeful start. So will you be my wife for the rest of our sweet life?
In the kitchen with the sunlight in your hair, at some silly half-forgotten joke without a single care. And I saw it for the first time, a tiny little line right there beside your smiling eyes, a beautiful design. And I know some folks would worry that time is moving fast, and the beauty of our younger days was never meant to last. But I just see a map of us in the silver and the gray, a testament to every single happy, loving day. I just see a map of us and every road we took, the story of our second chance in a single gentle look. So let the years keep coming, let them do what they will do, 'cause every line that they may write just makes me fall again for you. I remember when we met, we were both so scared and shy, with the ghosts of our old heartaches reflected in our eye. And look at us right now, my love, so
strong and safe and sound, on the most forgiving and the most unholy sacred ground. And every line is proof of that, a battle that we've won, beneath the patient witness of a kind and loving son. 'Cause I just see a map of us in the silver and the gray, a testament to every single happy, loving day. I just see a map of us, and every road we took, the story of our second chance in a single gentle look. So let the years keep coming, let them do what they will do, 'cause every line that they may write just makes me fall again for you. The world can keep its perfect skin and its young and foolish grace. I'd rather have the history that's written on your face, 'cause it's the story of our real love, the laughter and the tears, the compass that has guided us through all these precious years. A warm, wise, and deeply contented harmonica solo that feels like a loving, happy sigh. A map of us in the silver and the gray, a happy, loving day that will never go away. Every road we took in a single gentle look.
I'd gotten pretty good at it this lonely single life, avoiding all the trouble and the heartache and the strife. I had my little routines at my quiet empty space, and a carefully constructed smile upon my tired old face. I knew the rules of being alone, I played the game so well, safe inside the comfort of my own and private hell. And I had a well-rehearsed goodbye for anyone who'd dare to get a little too close or to act like they might care. I had a wall of easy jokes, a quick and clever line to keep a safe and steady distance between your heart and mine. I was the king of my own castle, but the kingdom was so small, just waiting for the moment I could build another wall. And then you came along that night with no warning and no sign. You didn't seem to notice all the fences in my mind. You just laughed and asked a question, and you looked me in the eye. And for the first time in forever, I didn't want to say goodbye. You didn't try to break my walls, you didn't even see the broken, lonely, frightened, and the foolish part of me. 'Cause I had a well-rehearsed goodbye for anyone who dared to get a little too close or to act like they might care. But you walked right past my clever jokes and my quick and clever line
and you put your hand so gently and so easily in mine. And the king of that old castle, he's about to let it fall, 'cause you're the first one in forever who has made me risk it all. It's terrifying, darling, to feel this hopeful and this new, after all the time I've spent just learning to be blue. But I'm tired of being safe, and I'm tired of being smart. I'm ready for the beautiful, wild restarting of my heart. Solo that starts with the initial lonely, cynical feel, but then transforms into a beautiful, hopeful, and soaring melody. I had a well-rehearsed goodbye, but I'm putting it away for anyone who dare to ask me please to stay. You walk right past my clever lines, and now you're truly mine.
How long before the sun came up, when the world was dark and deep, and all the good and honest folks were still and fast asleep? I'd be lying in my warm bed in the quiet of my room, just listening to the silence chasing out the fading gloom. And I would wait for it, my boy, that single special sound, before the first bird started up on that holy, sleepy ground. And it blink of glass on the stone, a sound that told a little boy he wasn't all alone. It was a clink of glass on the stone, a promise sharp and clear, that a brand new day was waiting, and there's nothing left to fear. It was the milkman making his own rounds, a ghost before the dawn, leaving little drops of comfort on our dew-kissed grassy lawn. I'd peek out through the curtains and I'd see his silhouette, a quiet working hero that my heart will not forget. He never made a big display, he never made a fuss. He was just a part of the foundation of the world for all of us. And I knew there'd be fresh milk today, I knew it would be there, a simple act of trust beyond any price or any prayer. 'Cause it was a clink of glass on the stone, a sound that told a little boy he wasn't all alone. It was a clink of glass on the stone, a promise sharp and clear, that a brand new day was waiting, and there's nothing left to fear. It was the milkman making his own rounds, a ghost before the dawn, leaving little drops of comfort on our dew-kissed grassy lawn. Now the milk comes from a carton from a big and noisy store, and that silent trust and promise, well, it ain't here anymore. And I miss that simple music in the quiet morning chill, and if I listen hard enough, I swear I hear it still. ice on the stone, a sound I've always known, a promise sharp and clear, that a new day's finally here. A ghost before the dawn, on our grassy
We were sitting on the porch swing, the night was getting deep, and you noticed there were secrets that my quiet heart would keep. You didn't push your pride, you just put your hand on mine, and you said you seem a million miles away on down the line. And in that moment I just knew I couldn't lie to you. I had to show you all the broken parts to see if we'd get through. So I told you about the ghost I carry, the one that walks with me, the memory of a different love that never set me free. I told you about the ghost I carry, I showed you all the pain, the sound of a heart breaking in a cold and bitter rain. And I was so damn terrified that you would turn and run from the wreckage of a foolish and a long-forgotten son. I told you how I built the walls, I told you about the pride and the empty, hollow feeling that I always kept inside. I talked until my voice was hoarse beneath the pale moonlight, and I put my whole and broken soul out there in the plain sight. And when I'd finished talking, I just couldn't meet your eye. I just waited for the sound of your own sad and last goodbye. 'Cause I told you about the ghost I carry, the one that walks with me, the memory of a different love that never set me free. I told you about the ghost I carry, I showed you all the pain, the sound of a heart breaking in a cold and bitter rain. And I was so damn terrified that you would turn and run from the wreckage of a foolish and a long-forgotten son. But you didn't say a single word, you didn't move away, you just moved a little closer at the closing of the day. And you took my
squeeze, and you quieted the shaking of my tired and worried knees.
Harmonica solo that starts with the initial vulnerable, sad feeling, but then transforms into a melody of pure, grateful, and healing relief.
I told you about the ghost I carry, and you didn't turn and run. The wreckage of a foolish and a long-forgotten son.
You just held my hand so tight
In the pale and fading light.
She ain't a thing of beauty, her paint is chipped and faded green. The seat is cracked and torn, the ugliest you've ever seen. She coughs and sputters when she starts on a cold and frosty morn. She's been working in these same fields since before I was born. But when you put her in the gear and you feel that steady pull, you know that she will do the job and make your spirit full. And she's singing the old tractor song, a rhythm low and deep, a promise to the sleeping earth, a promise she will keep. She's singing the old tractor song, a diesel lullaby, beneath the patient witness of a wide and endless sky. It's the sound of honest labor, it's the sound of getting by, the music of a partnership between the dirt and I. My father sat on this same seat, his hands upon this wheel, and I know he felt the same old pride that I can't help but feel. This old machine has been a part of every single year. It's plowed away our worries and it's harvested our fear. It's more than just an engine, it's more than steel and rust. It's a member of the family built on faith and hope and trust. 'Cause she's singing the old tractor song, a rhythm low and deep, a promise to the sleeping earth, a promise she will keep. She's singing the old tractor song, a diesel lullaby, beneath the patient witness of a wide and endless sky. It's the sound of honest labor, it's the sound of getting by, the music of a partnership between the dirt and I. They've got their new ones now, with computers and with glass, so quiet and so perfect as they quickly, softly pass. But I'll take this noisy, smoky friend, this stubborn, trusted beast, who's never let me down, my friend, not in the very least. A powerful bluesy and red
a promise she will keep while the world is fast asleep. A diesel lullaby beneath the summer sky. I'm standing here in my best suit, a man I barely know, from the lost and lonely wanderer of just a year ago. The little church is full of friends, the sun is shining down on the happiest and luckiest man in this entire hopeful town. And I see you walking to me in your simple dress of white, a beautiful and perfect and a truly blessed sight. And I'm thinking about the long road home and all that I've been through. And I realize the long road home, my darling, it was you. I'm thinking about the long road home and the storms and driving rain, and every single mile was worth the pleasure and the pain. The searching is all over, my lonely days are done, 'cause my long and weary journeys finally brought me to the sun. We'll say the vows we've written, and they won't be just a line. There'll be a promise from your broken heart to this broken heart of mine, that we will be a shelter and we will be a friend, and we'll build a brand new story that will never ever end. And all those ghosts we used to carry, they can finally rest in peace, 'cause they've led us to this beautiful and this powerful release. 'Cause I'm thinking about the long road home and all that I've been through, and I realize the long road home, my darling, it was you. I'm thinking about the long road home and the storms and driving rain, and every single mile was worth the pleasure and the pain. The searching is all over, my lonely days are done, 'cause my long and weary journeys finally brought me to the sun. So let the future come now, we're not afraid at all. We've already had our winter, we've already had our fall, and all that's left is springtime and the summer's gentle grace, right here inside the safety of this beautiful new place. Upright, powerful, and joyfully triumphant homage of Monica solo that feels like a final happy arrival. The long road home and all that I've been through. The long road home, my darling, it was you. The storms and driving rain, the pleasure The kitchen's quiet now, the steam is cleared away at the slow and sleepy closing of a long and sticky day. The counters are all clean now, the pots are put away, and the fruits of all our labor are in a beautiful display. A row of glass soldiers full of red and golden deeds, holding all the secrets that a summer's meant to keep. And I'm just sitting here and listening for the sweetest pop I know, the sound of a good summer that is getting ready to go. I'm just sitting here and listening for the sweetest pop I know, a tiny little victory, a quiet, happy show. It's a better sound than applause, it's the only prize I need, the sound of a good promise and a well-protected seed. My mother used to sit here in this very kitchen chair, with a tired but a happy and a peaceful loving air. She'd listen for that little sound and she'd give a gentle smile, and I knew that we'd be safe and sound for a long and lovely while. She said it was the sound of love made tangible and true, a mother's way of saying, I'll take good care of you. 'Cause I'm just sitting here and listening for the sweetest pop I know, the sound of a good summer that is getting ready to go. I'm just sitting here and listening for the sweetest pop I know, a tiny little victory, a quiet, happy show. It's a better sound than applause, it's the only prize I need, the sound of a good promise and a well-protected seed. The world is full of loud reports of bangs and booms and cracks, but they're all about the breaking of the world's own tired backs. But this sound is about the mending of putting things away and saving up the sunshine for a cold and winter's day. A happy, bright and satisfying harmonica solo, full of short popping notes and a feeling of a job well done, the sweetest pop I know, getting ready to go, a quiet, happy show, the only thing to know, the only prize I need, a well-protected seed.
I lived my life in the city, in the sirens and the roar. Never knew what my own heart was really hungry for. The noise it gets inside you, it becomes a part of you, till the only time you're peaceful is when you're just passing through. But then I came out to this place of the dirt and of the sky, and I heard a brand new kind of music with my own and wondering eyes. And it's the sound of nothing at all,
the purest symphony, the sound of your own heartbeat for the first time, wild and free. It's the sound of nothing at all, a quiet, holy grace, the sound of all the empty and the peaceful growing space. It's a bigger kind of music than the world has ever known, the sound of nothing at all when you are finally all alone. You can hear the blood inside your veins, you can hear a feather fall, you can hear a distant memory make a long and lonely call. You can hear the grass a-growing, you can hear the stars ignite in the beautiful and perfect and the all-consuming night. This quiet is not empty, no, it's full of tiny sound of all the life that's living on this sacred, holy ground. 'Cause it's the sound of nothing at all, the purest symphony, the sound of your own heartbeat for the first time, wild and free. It's the sound of nothing at all, a quiet, holy grace, the sound of all the empty and the peaceful growing space. It's a bigger kind of music than the world has ever known, the sound of nothing at all when you are finally all alone. And when you learn to listen to the quiet, you can finally hear the gentle, truthful whisper that can calm your every fear. It tells you that you're part of it, a note inside the song, right here inside the quiet is where you've been all along. A very sparse, beautiful, and deeply peaceful harmonica solo, where the spaces between the notes are as important as the notes themselves. The sound of nothing at all, the purest symphony, wild and free for the first time. It is me. A quiet, holy grace, this peaceful, growing space. She's a rusty old giant on a lonely grassy hill, and even when the whole wide world is absolutely still, she'll catch a breath of moving air, a whisper of the side, and she'll start her slow and steady work against the endless sky. She's been standing in this same spot through the sunshine and the rust, a monument of simple faith and a long and lonely trust. And she's singing the song of the blaze, a groan and then a turn, the most important lesson that a man could ever learn. She's singing the song of the blaze, a rhythm slow and deep, pulling water from the darkness where the thirsty secrets sleep. It's a lonely kind of music, but it's honest and it's real, the turning of a stubborn and a long forgotten wheel. I remember as a little boy I'd lie down in the shade and watch her spin in silhouette a promise that she'd made. She'd talk to me for hours in her language old and slow, about the secrets of the wind and the way the seasons go. She was my friend, my guardian, my comfort and my guide, with the heart of a good farmer and a steady, patient pride. 'Cause she's singing the song of the blaze, a groan and then a turn, the most important lesson that a man could ever learn. She's singing the song of the blaze, a rhythm slow and deep, pulling water from the darkness where the thirsty secrets sleep. It's a lonely kind of music, but it's honest and it's real, the turning of a stubborn and a long forgotten wheel. She takes a thing you cannot see, a thing you cannot hold, and turns it to a treasure that is worth more than pure gold. And that's a lesson for us all in this hard and hurried place, to find the hidden power in the moments of God's grace.
A bluesy, creaky, and soulful harmonica solo that has a circular, turning motion mimicking the sound and feel of the windmill.
The song of the blaze, a groan and then a turn, the lesson that a man could ever learn. A rhythm slow and deep, the promises to keep, the song of the blaze, a groan
humming some old forgotten tune. And I was still just watching you, still looking for the crack, the tiny little sign that says there's no real turning back. I was still that lonely cynic with his heart locked up so tight, just waiting for the darkness to come and steal away the light. Then the waitress dropped a tray of glass, it shattered on the floor, and I saw the tears well up in her, she couldn't take much more. The whole place just kept talking, but you walked right to her side with a quiet, gentle kindness that you didn't try to hide. You just helped her pick the pieces up and you told her it's okay. You just treated her like a human at the closing of her day. And that's when my and your spirit was approved. You weren't trying to impress me, you didn't know I'd seen the kindest and the purest soul that's ever been. And all my foolish questions, they all just fell apart, 'cause you showed me the true contents of your beautiful good heart. See, love is not a performance, it's not a fancy show. It's what you do when you believe that nobody will know. And I'd been waiting for a lie, but you just gave the truth instead, and chased away the final lonely ghost inside my head. shining brighter than I think I've ever seen. The world is painted in a shade of minty green. You're laughing at my silly jokes, you're holding to my hand. You're the finest thing that's ever walked in this entire land. Everything is perfect, everything's alright. I fall asleep beside you, and I sleep all through the night. And I'm just waiting for the catch, I'm waiting for the flaw, for the tiny little footnote in this new and happy law. I'm just waiting for the catch, for the other shoe to drop, 'cause a feeling this darn good has got to have a place to stop. My heart has learned to be suspicious, it's a lesson that's been taught. So I'm enjoying every moment while I'm waiting for the catch. You don't get angry when I'm late, you don't seem to criticize. You just look at me with that surprise and comfort in your eyes. You don't play any foolish games, you say just what you mean. The most honest and the finest soul that I have ever seen. And a part of me is so damn happy, and a part of me's afraid of the beautiful and fragile and the perfect trap you've laid. 'Cause I'm just waiting for the catch, I'm waiting for the flaw, for the tiny little footnote in this new and happy law. I'm just waiting for the catch, for the other shoe to drop, 'cause a feeling this darn good has got to have a place to stop. Our heart has learned to be suspicious, it's a lesson that's been taught. So I'm enjoying every moment while I'm waiting for the catch. My past has made a cynic of a once believing man, so it's hard to trust a brand new and a beautiful new plan. But I'm trying, oh, I'm trying to just let my spirit go, and let your river of affection just go on and overflow.